Hiya crafty folks, Amy here with amyswares, and today I'm going to play with some metallic inks and a brand new stencil. Now this gorgeous new stencil is part of the August release at a Colorful Life Designs. I have some black cardstock and these gorgeous Cloud9 metallic inks from 𝗵𝗵𝗹𝗃. So I haven't used these in a while. I love them. I have my little coordinating blending foams, and here's a photo of the finished card to show you the direction that we're headed. So very simple ink blending. I'm using my little makeshift turntable here, and I have these old school wooden handles and the little foam round thingy whatnots, just because I feel like these work better with this sort of medium, with this metallic ink. So I'm just kind of working in 3 sections at a time with the colors. I'm just putting them down, kind of pouncing them. I'm not wanting to rub back and forth too much, just because there are little parts that might lift up on this stencil. You could absolutely use pixie spray if you wanted to make sure it holds down, but with going as slow as I was and kind of just twisting rather than rubbing side to side, I didn't really have anything really move on me. So it's just an option if you're worried about it shifting, or if you tend to ink blend a little heavy. I haven't actually used blending brushes with these metallic inks. I think I just, in my mind, kind of just stuck with these foams. So let me know in the comments if you've used like blending brushes with these metallic inks. I'd be curious to see how they perform. I just haven't tried it. I typically don't want to dedicate like its own set to a whole set of brushes if it's going to kind of gunk it up, because I know with my Distress Oxides, I don't like using blending brushes with those at all. I have a designated set, and I feel like they just get gunked up and they don't go down easy. So anything like this, or anything that has some pigment in it, if I'm going to do any sort of ink blending, I'm probably going to reach for these little wooden handles and the little foam rounds. So I'm just working through the colors that I picked. There are other colors in the lineup, and then there's also those two-tone ones. I forgot what those are called, but they're also by 𝗵𝗵𝗃. I do have a few of them. They like shift depending on whether they're on like white or black cardstock, that kind of thing. But these are just the solid color ones. These aren't the shifting ones, but they do have a really nice metallic finish when you turn them in the light. So here you can see it looks a little mild. I missed a couple spots and I realized that. So before I completely removed it, I was able to lay it back down and line it up, and then just kind of fill in a couple blank spots that I missed. But it's okay that it looks distressed, because that's just kind of the vibe a little bit. And I know also that I'm going to put a big sentiment right in the middle. I just kind of figured that was the direction I would go, and it did end up kind of covering any area that wasn't ink blended the best. So this doesn't take a long time to dry, so that's good. I'm just going to flip through my binder here. This is my storage solution for die cuts, sentiments. So some are stamped and they can be colored out, or some are just white cardstock that I can custom color, which is kind of, I think, what I did here. I think maybe I used those blending foams on one of the layers, and then had either white or black or something for the shadow. I can't remember. I've already forgotten. I showed y'all the picture, but it's been a minute since I made the cards, so I've already forgotten, and it's just as exciting for me, starting it all over again. So here I'm flipping through. These are little baseball card pocket sheets. So if you're like a baseball card collector, or maybe your kid was, maybe you have some of these collecting dust in your basement. Who knows? Either way, bust them out, put them in a binder, and batch a bunch of sentiments, and then you have them ready to go, and you don't have to stop in the middle of your card to get out a die and get out cardstock and cut it out and figure out what you want to do. You can have a bunch ready to go. So I do end up going with this You're So Very Kind. I do remember that much. Oh, I think what I did was I left the background white. I left the shadow layer white, and then I took the black word layer and then just carefully pounced some of the residual ink on to it, so that it was like a perfect match for the background. So I'm just holding it down again with my little low tack sticky mat from Altenew and my little cake decorating turntable. And then it's kind of hard to see, but when you turn it in the light, you can see there is definitely some of those colors reflected on there. So it's a perfect match for the background. So I'm just going to clean this up and finish up everything. I will assemble it. I did end up using this opaque iridescent blue. This is one of the card blings. There's like I don't know, over 130 in the shop. And y'all, you can use my coupon for everything in the shop other than the Master Creator bundles. So be sure to use AmyFan10 at checkout if you shop. If you do end up getting Master Creator bundles, you can let the owner, Mary Kay, know that I sent you in your order notes. But I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to check out the rest of the August release, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.